today I thought we'd do a little bit different of a video. I'm just probably gonna have some like background footage playing of like mountains and stuff or whatever to keep you entertained. But today we're doing a tier list of the Clif Bar flavors. I enjoy Clif Bars, and I thought this would be a fun little video for you guys to watch and enjoy while you're working to flatten that curve. So as you can see here on screen, we've got a ton of awesome Clif Bar flavors. There are some bonus ones, including their new they have this new coffee line that I have so far only tried the dark chocolate mocha flavor, but I'm going to throw that in there as well. If we talk about their promotional ones that they do during like winter, whatever their seasonal varieties, those I think are delicious, and those would probably be in the like top tiers. For normal Clif Bars, we're just gonna go down the line, roll with what we got. Now, full disclosure, I have eaten a ton of Clif Bars in my life, but there are still some flavors that I have not tried. So we'll skip those, or maybe I'll throw them in where I think they would end up. I probably account for like a good 1% of Clif's total budget. Let's get started, shall we? All right. Apricot, I have not tried. Personally, it does not sound that good, but haven't tried it, so we'll leave that out for now. Blueberry crisp. Now, one thing you should know about me is like I love fruit just in and of itself, but fruit in like bars and stuff, I'm not a big fan. This one's a solid. Oh, and by the way, I named the tiers. We have supremely tasty. A tier is amazing. B is better than average. Could be worse. Emergency food. So like, it's not terrible. You can survive on it. F, feed to your dog. All right, you get the idea. That's in solid E tier, and that's just because I'm not a big fan of the blueberry flavor. I just don't find it that engaging. I don't enjoy it, and nor do I enjoy the texture of the blueberries in here. A lot of Clif Bars have very similar. Clif Bars have a very distinct texture, and they do a good job maintaining that consistent texture across the different Clif Bars. But often they'll add things like little bits of peanuts or chocolate chips or raisins or things that add a little bit of texture and crunch or other different textures. But the blueberries in this just do not add much. They're just mushy and weird. Not really a big fan. So we'll move on. Berry pomegranate chia, also have not had that one. Chocolate brownie. Now this is a classic. You know, it's hard to go wrong. I've eaten a ton of these, and they are really a standard Clif Bar. Now, looking at the other Clif Bars we have here, I was gonna put this at C, but I am gonna put this actually at B tier because this is one of the ones. Some of these you'll find commonly in like the 6-packs or the 12-packs or even the 24-packs at a store. And that those might be the only ones that are available, where some of these you'll probably only find in like the individual packs. You have to buy them individually at the store or whatever, or some of them it's just a lot harder to find. And so what I'm thinking for this one is this is for the ones that you can buy in like bulk packages at most stores. This is probably going to be an available flavor, and that's why I'm putting it better than average. I think it is pretty average when compared to like all of the flavors, but considering the fact that you can buy this one in bulk easily at most stores, that's going to put it a little bit above average. I'm going to say C tier is pretty much average. So moving down the line, coconut chocolate chip. I really do not like coconut. I haven't had this one, but I just feel strongly about coconut, and I don't like it, so we're putting it in F tier without trying it. Again, this tier list is based on nothing but my own personal preferences and opinions, so you get to deal with that. Chocolate chip. This is truly a classic. This is one that you are gonna see at the store in the big boxes. It's just a staple. It really is a staple of Clif Bars. It's a classic flavor. That one is gonna go C tier, and that is just because it's not the most exciting flavor. You have too many of them, it can be a bit bland. But if that is not average for Clif Bars, I don't know what is. All right, chocolate chip peanut crunch. Now this is a little bit of a step up than the classic chocolate chip. I am also gonna have to put this at C tier. I do prefer it more than chocolate chip, I might move this down to emergency. I'll leave these here. This one's a step up just because it's got that peanut, which I think is a really nice complementary flavor to the chocolate, and the peanuts add a nice crunch to work with the chocolate chips. Again, so definitely the chocolate chip peanut crunch is a step up in terms of flavor and texture. It's a lot more of an engaging bar, but I'm gonna leave that at C tier as well with this one. These are ones you'll find in like the Costco like 24 or like 48 packs. All right, cool mint chocolate. Now this is the good stuff. You know what? I'm gonna have to go S tier. I really love this one. It's got the drizzle of frosting on the top, so it's got the presentation. It's got a really nice texture to it. I've always enjoyed those. The flavor, I think I really enjoy cool mint chocolate flavored stuff, and this is an excellent bar. It's also got that caffeine added in, which also makes it a really compelling choice. So that's definitely gonna have to go S tier. Very good. Possibly my favorite flavor. Next, we have carrot cake. I really like what they were trying to do here. This is E tier. I really like what they were trying to do here. I think carrot cake is a great idea. Excellent concept. Unfortunately, the execution just is not there. Again, this is a big texture issue. Again, Clif Bars, very distinctive texture, and sometimes, you know, they get smushed or hot or whatever, or they freeze solid when you're out in the field, and that can impact them. But I've eaten most of these at like room temperature in like indoors for more objective taste. And the thing about carrot cake is the carrot pieces, they're just chewy and weird, and I do not enjoy them. I really enjoy carrot cake itself, like the actual food carrot cake, but just this Clif Bar flavor, I think it could be so good. It really could. There was a ton of potential, but the texture of the carrots in there just completely ruins it for me. So that's an E tier for me. It's not terrible, but again, it's the same problem with Blueberry Crisp. Same issue. Crunchy peanut butter. Again, this is your 24 pack, your Costco. It's not bad, but it is a little bit of a step below the chocolate chip peanut crunch, and it's on the same sort of level as this chocolate chip here. It's just the one flavor. It's not that complex. The texture's all right because it's got that crunch in it. Same as the chocolate chip, but again, it's just kind of it's bland, but it's your quintessential Clif Bar. This is pretty average. That's your average Clif Bar. Dark chocolate almond. This one, I am gonna have to put B tier. That is simply because I'm not a big almond person, so I can't put it any higher. But I really do. Their sweet and salty line, I think, is really good, and I do enjoy the flavor. The dark chocolate, I think, it's good to be a little more complex of a flavor, and I really like that. And the texture, I think, is really good with the almond and the dark chocolate. It's a little crunchier. The sweet and salty works really well together. So I think good job on that. But the downside that keeps it growing higher, number one, almonds, really water intensive to produce, so not the greatest for the environment. Number two, just not my favorite flavor, the almonds, but I think they did a really good job there. So B tier. Nuts and seeds. This is one I really enjoy, and that's going to be our first A tier. First of all, it matches the A tier color quite well, so that's nice. This one I really like. It's got the flavor. It's got a variety of seeds. It's got plenty of healthy fats, and it's got that really, because of the nuts and seeds that are in there, it's got a really nice texture, really engaging, and a really unique flavor that is very distinctive, and I find to be personally very enjoyable. So A tier, I'm always happy with the nuts and seeds. Always a solid choice. Would recommend. Oatmeal Raisin Walnut. This one I am also gonna have to put at A tier. Now this kind of surprises me because I'm not really a walnut guy. There's only a few nuts that I really enjoy eating, and walnuts are not one of them. Peanuts I do love, but this oatmeal flavor and the oatmeal raisin flavor in this, and the cinnamon and stuff, it is just amazing. The flavor, I love it. Really, the walnut, there isn't a lot of walnut in the bar. which you might not like, especially if you're really going for this because you want that walnut flavor or that walnut crunch or whatever. But because there is not really much of a walnut flavor, I actually really enjoy this bar, and that's sort of surprising to me, but it's delicious. I love it. Peanut butter banana. Banana flavored stuff is just not good. I don't enjoy it. That one's going F tier. Yep, not a big fan of. I enjoy eating bananas like normally, like regular bananas are good, but just banana flavored stuff for me, not cutting it. Peanut toffee buzz. This one, yep, this one's gonna have to go S tier. This one is another. It is another caffeinated one. It's weird that they make like some of the best flavors the caffeinated ones, because I'm not in love with the whole caffeinated concept. It's cool, but sometimes you just want to eat like a Clif Bar at, like, you know, middle of the afternoon or whatever, but you don't want really a hit of caffeine at that point in the day. So it's like, you're trying to balance that out. But the flavor on this one, fantastic. It's got the texture of the toffee, which is really unique. It's got the drizzle of frosting, so excellent presentation, delicious taste. I love it. S tier. White chocolate macadamia-nut. This one's gonna have to go a solid B tier. This is because it's not like the flavor isn't powerful enough or unique enough really to bump it up to that A tier, but it is a solid step up over the more average C tier stuff. It's got that white chocolate flavor, so it's plenty sweet, very enjoyable to eat. It's got the nice drizzle of frosting. It's got a good texture with the macadamia nuts in there to add that crunch with the white chocolate. Works really well. But so this is a solid, enjoyable bar. But again, it's still one you'd find in like the 6-packs. It's not super above average, but it is still an enjoyable bar. Chocolate chunk. Now this one, the sweet and salty, the chocolate chunk, this one is gonna have to go A tier. Really, really good combo with the sweet and salty. The flavors, the crunch of the chocolate, really solid flavor texture combo. I think they did a really good job. It's a unique flavor. You won't find it as many places, but I think that when you do find it, it's an enjoyable experience. Would recommend. One of my favorites of their sweet and salty line. Now this next sweet and salty, we got caramel toffee. I'm gonna have to give this a B tier. Again, delicious, good flavor, but just not my favorite. So it's not, it's not gonna knock my socks off, which would bring it up to the A or S tier. But it is still a very tasty Clif Bar that is certainly a step above average, sort of similar to dark chocolate almond. Now peanut butter and honey, that's gonna go A tier. A tier. This one's a really good one. The honey flavor and the peanut butter work really well together. They did a really good job with that. The salt also really blends in with those flavors. It's got this, it really creates that ideal blend of the sweet and the salt. And where some of these, like the dark chocolate and almond, sweet and salty, can be a bit more savory focused, this peanut butter and honey has that perfect match of sweet to savory, and that's what brings it up to the A tier. Sierra Trail Mix. I'm gonna have to put this one C. Again, this is your 6-pack. This is your large bulk package, sort of Clif Bar, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think that I've just had so many of them, and you get a little tired of the flavor. I like what they're trying to do here. I like that they've got a lot of different stuff in here to add that texture, to keep things unique and to keep things interesting. But it gets to a point where you've eaten so many of these, you're just like, I don't know, like, do I really want another one? I mean, it's a Clif Bar, hard to go wrong, yes, but it just, I think personally I've gotten a little tired of that flavor. So, all that. And these remaining ones I have not eaten. So, chocolate almond fudge, that sounds pretty good, but I don't think it's going to be quite as good as like chocolate chunks, so I'd probably throw that one probably around the dark chocolate almond, so I'd guess that one probably end up being like a B tier. Berry pomegranate chia, not really my cup of tea. I'm going to guess I'm gonna guess F tier. I'm not about that. I'm gonna guess this apricot suffers from the same sort of struggles as the carrot cake and the blueberry, but I really don't like apricot flavor, so I'm also gonna put that down there. And finally, we have these new coffee flavors. I'm really excited to try these two, which I have not yet. I just recently tried this dark chocolate mocha flavor, and it's very dark. It's got a nice aftertaste. You can really taste the coffee beans in there, so it's got a good texture and whatnot. So I would give that one probably about a B tier, just because it is a powerful taste and it's a lot of caffeine, and I'm not really sure I'm looking for that much caffeine in my Clif Bars, but it is still a solid choice. That one's going to go B tier. And if we had to go to the seasonal ones, I think I'd probably end up putting like gingerbread, probably around B. The peppermint bark, I think, would be an A. But yeah, the seasonal ones, I do really enjoy the seasonal ones, so those would probably be somewhere between A and B tier. I guess I would probably have to exclude them from S tier, simply because they are limited by season, so you can't get them year round, and I think that would preclude them from being in the S tier, but they'd probably be a solid A's and B's, so good choices. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a thumbs up. Drop me a comment if you have a differing opinion than me, and consider subscribing if you want to see more climbing, hiking, mountaineering content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.